Welcome back to the show. The Tony Award-winning musical, The Wiz, is back and heading to San Francisco.
Put your arms around me, child, like when you bumped your shin.
When was the first time you became aware of The Wiz?
When I saw it for the first time as a kid, I think I was 5 or 6 years old. Around Thanksgiving, we all sat around the TV and watched Diana Ross start singing about wanting to go home and being in this magical place, and then Michael Jackson and then crows and then they're singing and dancing to beautiful costumes, and it was so overwhelming that it wasn't until I was a little older that I realized what an amazing piece of work this was, and that it would touch me forever.
Amber, did you grow up watching theater?
I grew up watching PBS, on which you can see a lot of theater. No, I grew up in Omaha, Nebraska, so television was my lifeline to the arts. And I remember watching The Wiz on VHS. And,
Did it have a crease in it?
Yes.
You know, there was always that moment where
it was like,
there's a little
click. Yeah. We would watch The Wiz all of the time, and we absolutely adored it. And it was just, you know, as your parents are sitting you down to watch The Wiz, they're also feeling like, see, look here, look at this beautiful representation of yourself and your culture. And you can feel it. Even as a child, you know that you're watching something special, and you're watching, you know, what the world could be.
Brian, when you were looking at this to produce, did you say, okay, well, we need to update parts of it? Or there are things that were great in the 70s and won't necessarily work in 2024?
So the short answer is yes. But when The Wiz came out back in 1974, when it debuted in Baltimore, it was already contemporary then. It was contemporary. It was a show created of its actual time. And so the challenge now is finding the show that can be created for this time. And Amber speaks to it so much better than I do when she talks about creating something that would be timeless, something that would move through the next generations of time.
You know, The Wiz is super 70s, and that's very cool. But what if The Wiz took place in no time? You know what I mean? So 50 years from now, you can still put on this exact version that we put up. 50 years ago, if you had put up this exact version, you'd still be fine. It did come from the 70s, so some stuff had to go. But most of it was, you know, the same perfect Wiz that we absolutely adore.
Who do you identify with in the show? It doesn't have to be a character. Brian?
Glinda.
Oh, why?
She moisturizes. But also, Glinda offers the most sage wisdom in the entire show to me. To believe in yourself. You know, so if you believe in yourself, then you can make time stand still.
I love the Scarecrow because I love to see him at the end go, okay, you're right. I do have it together, and I can own that.
Eveline.
Oh,
and here's why. No, I'm just kidding. No, I feel like I'm always a cowardly lion because he's so thrilled to be around other people. I think I love people as much as the cowardly lion does. But like also he spends most of the show, you know, being brave, even though he is terrified.
You have forever imposter syndrome, it seems like.
Oh, no, I'm great. But also,
see,
it's all of it.
Yeah, as a part of the LGBTQIA community, you know, yes, part of the LGBTQI community, there's something special about the story of The Wizard of Oz, I think, for our community.
I think that it is the message of finding your tribe, of found family. And just recently having come out as pansexual and having my family that I build around me is my found family. The people that are around me are the people that I choose to be with or that choose to love me, and we all grip arms just like Dorothy and the rest of the group. We all lock arms and we're going off together. So I think that's what that speaks to for so many people in the community.
Don't lose that feeling. I don't want you to lose.